Alright, welcome back to the Deathmatch World Cup 5, and we've got Cortical here on Incas and the blue chunks up against Ether here, and the yellow chunks on Magyars. We're in, I think it's game 2 in their series, I'm not 100% sure. So Incas, wonderful infantry civ, Magyars, wonderful cavalry civ. Cortical walling off one of his vills there. Taking a bit of harass for the moment. Might be able to save this villager. Ooh, she does fall. So Cortical, after a slightly better start than Ether for the moment. Getting that initial villager kill. These Eagle Warriors going to be almost as fast as the cavalry. They're still slightly slower. But even still, can be a nice pest. A little bit cheaper as well. Not quite as strong of a outright front line, I don't think. Plus, with access to the heavy cavalry archers, there is more mobility in the backline as well here on offer for Ether. Cortical can always just add some siege and just take great use of the cost effectiveness and the cheapness of all these meso units here. Cortical starting to go for some expansive towers, even using the llama to try and scout a little bit, so pretty smart of him to do so. Ether really just mustering up a huge mass of paladins. Cortical going to use his intel to go for a bunch of halbs because these guys will trade quite well. Going for so many paladins has slowed down the heavy cavalry archer production slightly, but it's really kicking up now. So Ether going to have a really solid army in terms of pop value, but Cortical is going to have that cost effectiveness his way, I believe. Don't know if Cortical's going to get this castle done in time though, because Ether now moving out onto the map with a huge number of paladins. Arbs now in the mix as well. Cortical trying to keep Ether busy in his base while he secures map control at the moment. This castle going to be under a bit of threat, and Ether going to go for a castle out in the map as well. Cortical forced to send some more vills to come and repair this while he's trying to cut off any reinforcements to this castle. Cortical going to force Ether to have to do more with these paladins than just try and take out the castle for the minute, because he is going to send some forces to clean these guys up and keep building up these expansive castles. So the guys must have paused and unpaused. I won't see it on the replay, which is quite nice. Imagine if we had to wait for it. It'd be a pain in the arse in the VOD, wouldn't it? Ether in a nice spot here. He's only just trailing slightly in terms of mill and vill count at the moment. So I think Cortical must have been slightly faster with some of these expansive town centers, but Ether certainly in a nice spot as well. His macro pretty solid for Deathmatch, but he's forced to take some really nice concaves with all of his heavy cavalry archers to try and focus down this infantry front line for Cortical. Cortical, in the meanwhile, creeping forward with more and more castles, trying to deny all the gold. So he secured these two, and if you can deny these other two, it really is going to make Ether struggle for gold eco. Ether having to try and creep forward with castles and town centers at the moment. There are rams who are going to take a while to pick off with the HCAs, so Ether for now is focusing on the infantry while he's using his own halb front line to deal with the rams. He's doing a nice job there, and Cortical's being punished for it. Meanwhile, Cortical definitely has map control. And he's starting to secure all the relics, it seems. He's already got the one, snatching up another. Help fund his expensive army, even though it's infantry, even though it's foot units, because he's going for Kamiex and Arbalesters. Very gold intensive, almost as gold intensive as HCA and Paladins, but there is Hussars in the mix. So I think these guys are a bit like a slightly upgraded trash Hussar or food unit, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Ether trying to stream forward, but now he's really struggling for eco because Help's now cleaning up his houses and he hasn't been able to get all these expansion town centers off. He's lost a couple of villages in the meantime. Hasn't really had space to fit in a couple more. And it's got a bit of idle vills here, so that's hurting his eco a little bit as well. So Cortical is making every individual unit work. Already maxed out at the moment, and Ether having to tap out of this game. GG.